I'm not getting your face. There you go.
Yeah. What, you think I'm ugly?
No! Well, I'll record your face the whole time.
Hey. All right, so there's 3 ways to connect a control to the RD17. You have the Econet control, which is the proprietary Rheem communication. So it has to be all Rheem equipment and it has to all be communicating compatible.
Okay.
That's the Econet control. Now you'll notice this logo. Everything that can communicate has this logo on it somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Case in point, right here on this board.
Oh,
Or
shit.
on the nameplate on this furnace, or not even the nameplate, just right there on the furnace.
Okay.
It's got that logo on it. So if somebody's like, how do I know it's communicating, man? All right, look
at
for
the
this
logo.
logo.
Yes, sir.
So
And they all
you can
have
send them a
it
picture of the
somewhere.
logo or whatever, right?
Okay.
So if it's got that Econet logo, then it's how you wire it in 3 wires, E1, E2, and C, okay? And that's all the communication goes back and forth. It sees all the temperature sensors, all the pressure sensors, fan speeds, compressor speeds, like everything.
Got it.
If it's something that this thing does, it knows what it's doing.
Okay.
Got it.
That's the Econet.
And you don't need shielded wire for it? You could do your standard?
9 times out of 10, you don't need
Okay.
shielded wire. Every once in a while, you'll run across a job where the job is just dirty. Not dirty like disgusting, but dirty electrical power. And you could want, you might need to run shielded wire for that reason. But most of the time, no, you don't need shielded wire.
Okay.
The other 2 ways to install it involve a 24-volt 2-stage thermostat.
Okay.
Option 1 is your standard two-stage connections, your Y, your Y2, and C. Well, B for heat pump, right? Well, so Y, Y2, B, and C. So Y and Y2 in this application, if you're going to wire it in just that way, Y is 50%, Y2 is 100%. So the compressor just says,
So it's
okay,
either
I'm going to
or.
run half speed or I'm going to run full speed. That's all it does.
Okay.
The magic is, and the reason why I would never wire it in Y1 and Y2, because if you don't connect Y2, so you just have Y, B, and C,
Uh-huh.
you put this jumper right here. This jumper, these 2 terminals, when you jump it together in a 24-volt thermostat, it tells the board to run off of all the inverter electronics. And it
Making
goes
it
in,
efficient,
making it efficient. It runs off of its own built-in, it utilizes all these sensors. Even though it's not communicating with nothing, it knows internally what all these sensors are doing, and it just tries to maintain a suction temperature. So if using the same thermostat,
Uh-huh.
run 1 less wire, and you make the system more efficient, why would you wire it any other way?
Yeah. Now, that's a good question. I always assumed you needed 5 wires because of the terminals you mentioned.
Mhm.
But how is it that the system can only accept 3? Can you tell me one more time?
So you can do 3 wires with Y, B, and C.
Okay, Y being cool.
Y being compressor.
Oh, okay.
Y is compressor because this is a heat pump system. You have to think like a heat pump.
Yes, sir.
So Y is compressor. Y turns on your compressor,
Okay.
depending on how it's made. B means it turns on the reversing valve so you get heat.
Got you. And then C for the comment.
C for the comment,
To
yes.
connect it all.
Yep.
Okay.
And you could also do it as cooling only with just Y and C, and that's cooling only.
Okay.
Because Rheem manufactures it so it doesn't need the reversing valve for cooling.
So we're only 2 wires.
Exactly. You
AC.
can do it only 2 wires. If the guy understands that, hey, this is an efficient inverter-driven system, you can connect it to anything, you can make it cooling only if you want to, or you can make a heat pump, depending on what you got going on inside the house.
Okay. Now to confirm, for the thermostat, let's just talk about this thermostat to work. And you have this power now to your condenser. We still have to run 5 wires from a thermostat to the control board on the furnace, right?
Now, again, this is a Econet. It only needs 4 wires. But yes.
Oh, but yeah, say it was a regular
That's
2-stage.
That's this connection right here. So you'll see right here the sub base. That's your thermostat base.
Okay.
And that wires into, through the walls or wherever,
Yeah.
into your furnace right here.
Okay, so now I'm even more confused. Only because this is so this is 18 gauge wire for your thermostat to the control board, right?
Correct. That's this wire
Okay.
right here.
Now, what gauge? This is what throws me off is how these communicate. I get it that the thermostat talks to the control board, but how is the furnace in this talking to the condenser?
That goes into heavy electronic engineering. Okay.
okay.
These 2 wires, E1 and E2, have variable DC signals, and they're generated by resistors and all that kind of stuff built into the control boards.
Okay.
What happens is I believe it's the indoor unit is designated as the control, and it sends out all the DC signals that vary around and pulse out and everything. And everything sees it because they're all connected together, right? E1 here is connected to E1 here, is connected to E1 here.
Okay.
So
it's
one
all
device
communicating.
sends out all the signals, and then everything else sees those signals like, oh, that means something to me. Oh, that doesn't mean something.
Got
to me.
it.
And just picks up on those
Yeah,
signals.
yeah.
and
So it's
reacts
literally
to
those.
them.
It's so smart.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And it's only 2 wires. Like, who doesn't have 2? Now, last question: what gauge does this need to be?
18 gauge.
Oh, just regular thermostat.
Thermostat wire.
Super. Everyone has it on their truck.
Yeah, exactly.
No problem.
Yep.
Very good. Okay, I'm gonna help him. Great job. Yeah.